to do a lot here.
He's
got to beat the odds. But you were talking earlier, you've been doing the deep dive.
Yes.
It's been a minute since we've seen this matchup, right?
Yeah, 2021's about 2 years.
That's a long time at this point.
Honestly.
This is basically a different game than it was 2 years ago.
Yes, no, 100%. But this is a matchup on it. If my number calculating is correct, we've never seen Cloud be Young Link in this matchup.
Yeah, that's also going to be a big mix-up here, and that has been shown as variety. Yeah, we were even anticipating that Sephiroth especially, but he can have a hard time against Young Link. He's got projectiles that are pretty difficult for Sephiroth to get on through because he just doesn't have that kind of range. He's, you know, a totally different kind of zoner.
No, he certainly is. No, we've been seeing a big variety of characters from Ned. Moving a bit away from the Sephiroth, and recently, especially this tournament, a lot more Pokemon Trainer. We haven't seen Pokemon Trainer in quite a bit of time today.
Yeah, it is a nice, refreshing thing to see as well, and Ned has been playing pretty well all throughout the day. Getting knocked into losers. I mean, very early for what we were expecting. The fact that we have either of these players here at this point is a crazy surprise, and having to lose one of them from the bracket is pretty painful on its own.
Yeah, this is for 9th if you're just tuning in. Skittles versus Ned for 9th. A match that we typically see in grand finals, so.
Yeah, this is literally 1 and 3 seeds as well. And just like we were saying earlier, this is typically going Skittles' side, usually game 5 as a kicker. But he's having a great time already starting off, putting huge damage on Ned with little say in advance. But now at kill percentage, Skittles having a hard time finding that next in that he needs. He's got a lot of competitors right on deck, but this one's not going to be quite in percent.
Yeah, Skittles are just in his space constantly, and having an issue finding a bit of space. That's actually going to be the forward tilt there, taking the stock here for Skittles. Getting a nice, healthy lead to start us off here.
I love this thing that Ned will do. Just stand in one spot, even sometimes just pivoting right on the ledge. He can threaten so much that way because a back air, once he does the pivot, is really heavy if you're going for like a jump off a ledge or a neutral get up. But up until that point where he's facing it, he's threatening a down tilt for like a 2-frame or even like a down smash or up B. All these are really threatening options, and he can do all of that threat just with a little pivot. It's such a great show of his ability to hold back and his finesse. A little bit of limit on deck here, trying to get the ledge trap, not going to be able to do it at all, and Skittles is finding himself out of it, and more damage coming his way. Oh no, goes for it all, maybe losing the stock, need to respond, but 86% is not a bad start. I love the energy from Skittles though, and as long as he's able to get in on Ned, he's finding all the same success that we kind of anticipate seeing him get against the Sephiroth, because Ned really wants back airs as his best burst option whenever Skittles is getting in really heavily like that and continue these strings across the stage, but it just does not come out fast enough compared with a fire arrow, compared with Young Link Nair. That thing's nasty.
He's got a lot faster moves, surprisingly. Funny story, most people don't, or would probably know in the audience at least, but Young Link has some of the fastest aerials in the game, period.
Yeah, he just has the best frame data, so that explains why you're able to do so much with his character despite him being a relatively low pick. He's got a lot of options, and nasty ones like that where you can just cover up with these lats. Hitboxes down there and Nair. That he's just sticking to Ned every time he's got advantage. Still at 111%. It's a bit to be working with, but he's getting in early. Boomerang being parried, though, this is going to be pretty paramount for Ned throughout the set.
Those frame traps are disgusting. Misses the fair, doesn't even care. That Nair is going to be taking it. This is a lot of damage on the Ned right off the bat. Not something he really wants to be seeing, and he's almost going to lose the stock right here and there, but the down air finds it. Smart. Ned
off the top.
Pushing it back towards a little bit more even here. And it's almost on deck.
Nice. A good call out there, dropping the first one, which gets the limit, allows the rest of the hits to have some boosted damage as well. And just using that up air is a great way to dissuade Skittles from coming down with it there. It's actually a bigger sword.
He's actually using his up air as well. One that we don't see too often, I would say, from Young Link.
No! Limit beaten out of Ned just before he needs it, and he goes down in a very low percentage given the pressure that is on him. First game goes in Skittles' favor, which I mean, I feel like that set count is mostly out the window given the time it's been, but that is the big thing hanging over Ned's head in this matchup.
No, it certainly is, honestly. I'm kind of expecting a character change, but he has put a lot of different characters into this Young Link previously. Sephiroth, the most recent one, of course, but he has found success with PT, Joker, and funny enough, early Ultimate Chrom.
Yes, yeah.
That was a little bit of an error as well. Going right back in that cloud, though, not bad options, and we're going to seem to get definitely a lot more comfortable. This is game 1 of a best of 5, of course, so he's got some time to work with. Nice integration of Zaire from Skittles, something he's often lauded for. Oh, and he's getting this extension with the neutral B as well. Not quite landed the 2-frame, but keeping the threat very, very real.
Gonna be stuck at the corner, and it's actually one of those great characters that have playing from the corner. Can space himself a little bit away from the sword, and running off stage to grab a bomb is never a bad thing. That lasting hitbox, though, is going to be pushing Ned away from him, trying to find his opening. Limit on deck, not going to do too much more, building up some damage, and it does find his mark.
Nice. That builds a lot of distance as well. He's looking threatened with nares, but not going to quite land anything. Skill's doing a great job of evading while getting back to the stage. Not this time, man. It's only a forward tilt as the punish. He could have gotten off in worse situations.
Yeah, he got off pretty light, all things considered.
Yeah.
Tries to find his mark with one of these fire arrows, and honestly, it's just keeping Ned honest in neutral for the most part. They're very fast, Ned is forced to respect them as much as he can, and then just, if he misses it, look at that, instant damage.
All right. We're seeing actually a pretty sparse use of boomerangs. Skittles opting for neutral, but usually as his ability is using to try and get in and just keep Ned's movements limited as much as possible. I love that fade away with the boomerang. A beautiful way to secure the kill, keeping Skittles once again taking the first stock of the game.
Just so smart with his movement. I don't think anybody does it quite like Skittles, honestly. His wave balance is really just make him so slippery to try to grab. But Ned's going to be able to find the stock right there. Kind of prevented a bit of extra credit here, and he's just going to be evening it up right off the back of that there.
Yeah, definitely good thing to be seeing, keeping all this very, very competitive down tilt. Close the gap, but still, Ned has shown us he's not very willing to get off of the stage looking for anything cheeky against Skittles. And it's pretty wise, especially with that Zaire being able to give so many more options, so much more fluidity to that returning movement.
It's the boomerang, too. We saw previously Skittles is very willing to set up boomerang to kind of the back hit to smack him if he stays on ledge for too long, and it's just not worth it. There's a lot of gift potential here from the young Link, so Ned playing it safe as much as possible. It's not doing too poorly for him, but you could see he just lost a bunch of neutral interactions in a row.
Yep. I like this from Skittles. He's willing to give up his stage priority on the other hand, and it's paying off quite a lot because Ned's having a hard time finding 2 frames on him, having a hard time coming down and getting him. So he's actually able to get off the ledge pretty consistently. You see just there, he's even taking advantage off of ledge. He's just feeling so good about that spot.
Dying with limit, not what you want to be seeing here if you're Ned. Definitely a rough position.
Very
it's just
early
made
for
even rougher when you have to try to build that back up, right?
Oh, he thought he had it. Ned doesn't quite have that punish either. Ooh, dropping the on beat, but it's famously hard to punish even if you're facing the wrong way. And basically everyone got off scot-free from this situation. Bear right into this stage, but a weaker hitbox from Nair.
Tries to ledge trap with the up B, doesn't quite find it, but super smart. The amount of execution needed to get something like that done.
Yeah, these two both feel a little bit awkward into each other. I think I missed like B reverse on neutral B from Skittles, but this isn't really hurting too bad. Percentage is starting to rack up on Skittles, and he just, here it is. He feels so comfortable on the ledge. He knows what he's looking for, but the limit up B is pretty hard to deal with. He can't really punish it with how much fade back he gets. He gets so much DI influence.
Yeah, it's really smart to fade back so far away. He's going to be taking that stock here, and it's looking relatively even going into the last stock. PS2, a favorite of these two, by the way. I'm not sure if you're aware. They love this stage.
Yeah, I doubt we're going to end up going anywhere else. Skittles definitely wants some space to work with, and Ned's not going to give up any flatter stages.
No, for sure. They've done FD before, but I don't think that goes too well for what he wants to do with Cloud, honestly.
All right, limit up once again. This is the ability that's going to add the damage on, but interrupted from limit cross slash a little bit early. Ned does not lose any speed. Getting right back in another nair and another down tilt. He's charging up again. He wants to use that as his finisher to find that finale of this game.
Back here almost finding its mark here. That one is not, however, and Bomb gets him off.
Okay, getting away from that bomb. Arrow's just pinging off of Ned's shield here. Both players just looking for their way in. That fair is the start. Limit now up, exactly what Ned has been looking for. This is going to add so much more oomph to his aerials. Look at those fares. Look at those fares. They're all just threatening for the kill. He gets a little bit too close to Skittles, though, and Skittles finds exactly the reposit that he was looking for.
That is the second time that he misses those platform techs. The moves from Young Link send you just barely onto the platform, so you have to be instantly ready to hit the tech, and Ned 0 for 2 so far in this game.
Youngling can be one of the hardest characters to punish in the entire game. And we talked about his frame data. He can react really quickly just with good buttons, and that's always cool. But one of the subtle things that doesn't get talked about very much is the DI that he gets out of it. Look at like lasting fair, lasting dare. He's able to have a lot of directional influence while he's got the hitbox out. So even once he's done it and missed, it's a committal option. He's stuck in it for a while, but he can move around and just edge his way around some hitboxes. That is huge for Skittles. I mean, that's exactly how he just got the kill to finish that game off. So just keep eyes out for that as we continue through the match and continue potentially even with the Skittles run after this match.
It's the way
this up.
It's the way bouncing mixed with the airspeed, right?
Yeah.
Makes it so slippery to try to just knock down and try to secure these stocks. He lives for quite a while too, and even against a character such as Cloud, who's known for taking stocks pretty consistently.
It's just making it so hard for Ned to find a really heavy in smash attacks. I mean, have basically been unheard of in this match so far for Ned. This is our first match point of these losers qualifiers as well, so Ned's really, really starting to feel that pressure. He's got the onus of a reverse 3-0 on him at this point in order to stay in bracket.
That Zaire is going to be doing a lot of work to space off Skittles here, and the bombs, rolling in with the bomb has been perfect because he's been able to get off stage every single time. Be throwing it at this go around, and they are just dancing with each other right now.
Bomb in the hand, a blessing and a curse, something he could use to help with a frame trap, or that's going to get stuck in his hands. He threw it away a little bit earlier just to make sure he's not having that problem, not quite having the power on his hit coming back for that fair to kill, but he's just going to keep looking for those once again. He does telegraph back here quite a bit, which Skittles has been liking for getting in this time, though. Eventually, you just baited into making a little over in action.
Listen, it's Cloud. We know you're going to back it. It's still hard to punish, right? Oh, a bit of his mark there. A lot of damage right off the bat, and the blade beam just barely misses. That is not what he wanted. I think he wanted to be reversed it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Ned has been doing a great job of dealing with these projectiles as they come in. His fairs and back airs just to neutralize the projectiles as they come up, so he's very rarely getting caught with them in neutral. Yeah, forcing the swords to come out from Skittles. These burst options going pretty favorably for Ned. Finally dropping that second up B, though, and he's caught out for just a moment. It's back to this neutral, this back and forth.
Oh, and then those up airs are leading to big damage right here. Skittles still, he's got to be careful, right? He's playing at this really good difference or distance where he can burst option Ned, but he doesn't want to be too close for that sword. The sword covers so much distance. That reversal on the Nair is going to be knocking Ned off stage, and he's going to be taking so much for this.
Yeah, that's an early up B with limit. That puts him in a very dicey position, especially with these bombs off the ledge. This has leveraged a lot of pressure for Skittles, but he doesn't see the charged up smash coming right for his head. Pressure on shield. It's not going to poke, though, when he's getting a crash slash in twain. At low percentage, though, he actually can react to it, so that gives him to punish up the zone.
Yeah, that can just wait out the boomerang, knows when he can actually get back on the stage more safely. He's getting within kill confirm range for basically anything, and there it goes. Boomerang into up air, just being secured here. We are on stock point. This is the last stock here.
Magic already. Oh, and he's grabbed, just trying to get off of the platform, taking more and more damage as the arrow just takes on a little bit more. Skittles taking the space once again, maneuvering that shield around, threatening where he's looking to be poached because he knows Ned will happily cross slash if he's going to hold it too long.
That's good. Ned's been recognizing that Skittles is doing a lot of rolling in to kind of diffuse pressure here, adjusting himself to get a nice fair off of it, but he's still taking so much damage, just peppered with these arrows here, Treasure.
120% right here. Yeah, okay, that is great for buying some space, but only 60% on Skittles. It could be a long time before Ned is able to find that crucial in. Very tense at this point. Ned playing for his tournament life. Then there's going to beat out his back air, though. Buying a little bit of time for Skittles. That bomb just keeping Ned stuck on the ledge. Not close enough for the fair.
Almost, though, and he's just trying to space right outside of these back airs while looking for that arrow confirm. A little bit of aggression here from Ned, and Skittles found himself back on the stage very safely.
Both on shield, right on top of each other. Grab comes out, not quite killing. The bomb's going to help to assist for this kill. Nair's weak hitbox. A second one coming as well.
This is
Limits up. Ned's having a hard time killing in this situation, though, and this is a classic from Skittles. Stalling at the ledge. He's got a lot of time at this point. Damage does not really matter. In fact, he'd like to get out of confirm range.
Yeah, he does not need to just make a mistake, but it's going to be the Nair on the shield.
Not quite! He's got to go for more. Looking for that backer to just get in there, and perfect. That little pivot signature of Ned, just enough for a forward tilt to go out. That is some high-pressure smash to be under. finding this comeback after that dual one stonk all at the beginning of the ends there. But Ned has 2 more games to take if he is to take down Skittles for the first time ever.
Yeah. And it'd be the first time with Cloud as well. He's hard committing to this character, even though we've seen some Pokemon Trainer in the past, especially at this tournament. Ned is feeling super confident, a bit sleepy as well. Me too, man. I feel it.
It's just something about being in a convention center all weekends long. Eventually, it just starts getting to you.
It's like the hotel beds and then the air conditioning in here. You know, it really does start getting to you.
That's
Not seeing sunlight.
Yes.
Last time you saw sunlight.
It's been years. It's been ages. So oh no, Skittles air dodging and goes right back in for another cross slash. Boomerang gets a little added damage here. A nice little grab as well. He is feeling a nice lead even after taking the early hits from Ned.
2 back airs in a row. That's going to almost secure
no
the
way.
Stock, and it actually
Beautiful
does.
stuff.
Going to be extending with that limit cross slash. Just takes it. Goes for second Boomerang setup after the first one confirms. And sometimes we just kind of see Skittles throws out a lot of non-committal options and doesn't always jump on each one that does hit, right? Kind of keeps you guessing of when he is actually jumping on his prey.
There we go. Finally punished. Oh, and stuck right above the young Link. That up air comes right on out and finishes off, keeping us once again very tight in the mid-game.
Not going to be finding that roll option. Goes for another setup. Oh, and he actually was able to get the up air in time. That that fair from Young Link is a bit slow right on its startup, so I can understand that he sneaks in.
Oh, everything he wants right now. Ned bringing limit up to a pretty nice spot. He's going to have him in second as he's stuck here on ledge. Oh, just barely activating before. That allows him to go pretty darn deep for a second. Uppy this one limited more, but Skittles still can't find any more damage throughout that. Boomerang finally hitting its mark. And the jab lock into arrow into up air. Just barely out of percent.
It really is just barely, almost just took it. It was like 50% on that ledge as well. Everything
perfectly even percent. Oh my god, and that goes all the way down. He's got the recovery in the bank too on limit. Feeling pretty comfortable here. He's plenty of percent, but this is where it can get hard for Young Link. He has a lot of options that will just kill outright, but not quite neutral up air yet. So this extra percent is going to be really big for Ned. He's got to make sure to take as much from this lead as he can.
Yeah, Ned really wants to end this early as possible. Going to be going for jump off fair as quickly as he can.
Yep. Oh no, just a barely misspaced air dodge does not get Ned to ledge. He loses out on the invincibility that he needed oh so badly to get past the Boomerang.
He's still in the mixer right now. The back air is going to be spacing him off very thankfully here. And Skittles another roll in. He's going to be finding a bit of a punish. And he's got a lot of percent to work his way through.
All right. It's raining arrows, but he makes it in with the down tilt right into another up air. So we're going to finish this one strong like last game. Rolls past the arrow. And just right through that defensive line of Skittles. Ned now really starting to find his own.
And he's going to be jumping over the arrow right into the back air, taking game 4. We're going to be going to game 5 here, Treasury.
This is exactly what we want to see. Keep it up in perfect Ned versus Skittles fashion. We're keeping this thing going to the very bitter end. And I think Ned now is looking better than he ever has in this matchup.
Start battle, Young Link.
Running it back perfectly.
There's no reason not to, right?
Yep.
I'm surprised Skittles doesn't change match, like what the stage is going to, but it's mostly been PS2 his way. I think Ned tries to counterpick with small battlefield every once in a while, but honestly, Skittles is super comfortable on this stage. He does do a lot for Young Link. Good amount of distance to run away from, but Ned seems to be dealing with it pretty well.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job of limiting meter, or of managing meter as well. Limit has been up every time he's needed it in these past 2 games, which is humongous. So finding a couple extra opportunities to charge it up when he's feeling more comfortable, especially since he already knows he doesn't want to be going off stage for Skittles. Although that could be one of those red herrings for a game 5 situation where you might start integrating that a little bit more, go for some fairs, because an early spike could just be the difference in this matchup.
These fairs are doing so much work. It's actually
No
the back
way.
that finds it so early as well, and he still has limit here. We see Skittles trying to wait it out. Not worth taking so much damage just to get off the Angel platform quicker.
The most dominant stock of the match so far, and to start off game 5, and is doing a great job to show that he is worthy of going into top 8, even if he's going down 2 games. It's got to be the reverse 3-0 remember that he's going for right now.
he wants. And he wants to join his fellow countrymen, Sir Dank and it's
Raven King
as well, right? Yes. Try to show that Chicago does have what it takes to fill up most of the slots in top 8 right now.
Yeah, that would be very big for the scene right now, especially here on the home turf. Huge call out with Zybe, not quite in time for Limit, but that's probably for the best for Ned. He's going to get him more off this continued string. Finally drops, though, taking a down tilt. But there, once again, the cross ledge coming out, and he's basically lapped in just a second. Skittles on the stock.
Wow, and it's going to be
No
another
way.
early stock here. Skittles on his tournament life himself. What completely happened here, Treasure? This is just a reversal.
This is insane. 2 stocks up in game of 5. He's just about got Limit again for just chunking on the damage. Sorely needed hit with that up air.
Yeah, up air is going to be finding its mark. Limit thrown for nothing. And Skittles has been put up against a wall before. Not a stranger to it, but it's never against Ned, right?
Nope.
Definitely new territory in that regard.
Yeah, this is where we're really going to need to see that tendency of Skittles to just turn it on to another degree, hit that number 11 mark in when he's got the pressure on. He's already in losers. This is his final stock to be working with. There we go, the call out with the up smash. He hasn't taken too much damage, but he's got to make some miracles happen in order to bring it back at this point.
And he definitely
Can
can.
get there in time.
Yeah, a character
The
like Young
regrab.
Link has the potential for it, and Skittles for sure certainly does. Just needs to get Ned in an uncomfortable mindset, honestly, that he's going to be pressing buttons, but that might not happen with he keeps hitting these pairs.
Yes, the amazing combo starters, they're chunking on enough damage on their own, but let alone the strings that are following them up. Bomb going in, Limit just about up once again, and here comes Ned. He is looking scary like no one else right now. Getting with the Nair, he's going to back up, give a little bit more space, and he finds his way in with the back air.
Oh, he still has Limit on table as well, and I'm so surprised I didn't kill, but every move kills at this point.
I'm anticipating a cross slash. Oh, at any minute, especially with that shield looking low, he could have definitely poked.
I don't think he needs to, right? He's like, I'm
He's
just
got
going to sit
time to
here.
work with. Another forward tilt. Ned taking this one from behind, his first win ever against Skittles in Smash Ultimate, and a fitting time for it. He's got a lot to prove for himself on this tournament day.
Yeah,
I don't think that was what he wanted even.
No, that is absolutely unbelievable. And that's been historically somebody who's super hard on himself, right? And I would say for a while now, we've been seeing LOL Ned, right? Somebody who has not been making these high heights that he's been known for forever, right? So it's nice to see him get back into form, and this is certainly a chapter in the next story of Ned's comeback, man. I like to see it.
Yeah, definitely a good thing to see. It's Skittles, another one of the just absolute biggest powerhouses in the entire Midwest. Unfortunately relegated to that spot in 9th, just out of top 8. Definitely not the showing that he was looking for, but losing to Ned is just the most respectable
right?
loss,
I mean, that's like
literally in the bracket.
That's like the thing. You're like, oh man, I got 9th, but I lost to Ned. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, a huge contender. I mean, of course, being first seed overall for the day. I mean, he's legitimately anticipated to be coming back and winning this thing through losers.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised.
It's some stiff competition to get there, though, of course. As always, we can't make it easy.
We got to make it interesting. We're here for the storylines, of course, right? We can't,
always.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this next one, man.
Oh, what do we got?
We've been cooking Arctice and Kilogram Hours, which I know that Twitch chat is loving right now.
Yes.
Fan favorite Kilogram.
He's so exciting to watch play. The crowd was roaring earlier for his match against Sir Dank, and not quite getting that one in the end, but just a delight of a match to play as well. And against Arctice, another Chicago fan favorite, hometown hero here today.
Oh, and officially the best Captain Falcon in Chicago.
It
As
is
of
officially
last night.
settled.
I think it was 5-4. It was like the
5-4?
reverse. Yeah,
That's
it was
pretty
like
darn close.
It went 4-1 Sir Dank's favor, and then Arctice came back and swept.
Ooh.
It was great. A lot of energy in the ballroom at the very least, so that's always exciting.
Yeah, Kilogram Hours, not, I think, excited to be running this matchup back. I mean, he knows the matchup. I mean, we could just tell, of course, from the earlier match that we saw from him. But the prospect of getting double elim by Chicago Falcons, nobody wants that. Chicago doesn't want that. Ask anyone from Chicago. That's like all too common of a bracket run for people, and all too annoying of a bracket run.
Losing to Sir Dank, going straight into Arctice or vice versa is it really kills your mental, I think.
Yeah.
But what Kilogram does have is matchup experience. Multiple set wins on PEZ in Iowa.
Yes, that
so
is huge.
not unfamiliar, and we could actually saw some of that in the Sir Dank set. So kind of excited to see what he can pull to the table, and maybe Kilogram is really the litmus test to prove who's the best Falcon. You can beat Kilogram's DDD.
Yeah,
what is his tag? Learn the matchup.
Learn the matchup. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if Arctice is loses to Kilogram Hours and Sir Dank does, maybe this throws the results of last night's grudge match into doubt. This could be something really worth digging into. How deep does it go?
You know, in wrestling, if you win a Royal Rumble, right, you get or at least this has happened before, in the box, you can get it's the ability to challenge whoever is the champion, like the current champion.
Okay.
You can challenge them anytime. And so this has been done before at like the pinnacle match, which is like the title match to win everything previously. And you see the hero is beaten badly, and then their arch nemesis just jumps on the stage and just beats them and takes their takes their
the belt.
Yeah. So like that could be what happens.
Kilogram Hours.
Kilogram Hours. he
Nemesis
beats
to
Arctice, and
everywhere.
then we have Sir Dank coming up on the stage. Like, all right, now I want it back.
Gotta
Give me
run
the
it
run
back again. Man,
Go
see,
watch
it could be
wrestling.
really intense.
Dude, I'm telling you, those Eye Patch Wolf documentaries opened my eyes. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it.
We got to get full contact Smash Brothers tournaments. You get up on the stage, wrestle the controller from them.
Dude, I really think like a fist fight between these two. Who would win though? I think John Wick 3